The crucifixion of Jesus. So the soldiers took charge of Jesus. Carrying his own cross, he went out to the place of the skull, which in Aramaic is called Golgotha. There they crucified him, and with him 2 others, one on each side, and Jesus in the middle. Pilate had a notice prepared and fastened to the cross. It read, "Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews." Many of the Jews read this sign, for the place where Jesus was crucified was near the city, and the sign was written in Aramaic, Latin, and Greek. The chief priests of the Jews protested to Pilate, "Do not write the King of the Jews, but that this man claimed to be the King of the Jews." Pilate answered, "What I have written, I have written." When the soldiers crucified Jesus, they took his clothes, divided them into 4 shares, one for each of them, with the undergarment remaining. This garment was seamless, woven in one piece from top to bottom. "Let's not tear it," they said to one another. "Let's divide by lot who will get it." This happened that the scripture might be fulfilled that said, "They divided my clothes among them and cast lots for my garment." So this is what the soldiers did.
I've called this second talk Snatching and Taking. And the part of the story that I'm focusing on here is the soldiers who crucified Jesus in verse 23. When the soldiers crucified Jesus, they took his clothes. And you know what happens? They divide the clothes into 4 shares. But the undergarment is the one they really want, and they don't want to spoil it. And so they cast lots for who shall get it. And I've called this like snatching and taking. It's almost like I was saying earlier, they're so close to something wonderful that is happening. Awesome, the death of Christ on the cross. And yet what they're doing is they're snatching for what you might call petty and material things. And here I am blaming the soldiers. And yet sometimes I see it in my own life, that I can be snatching out for things that are material, in some senses trivial and passing, and I'm missing the greater truth of growing in my knowledge of Jesus. I wrote a little poem on this theme, and it's me again putting myself in the place of the soldiers, and I've called it, "Why Throw the Dice?" I throw the dice on dusty ground outside the city wall. I'm dicing for the clothes that are not mine to own. The tunic is my prize. The eyes that watch are pained with love. My clothes are yours, all yours, not blood-stained sweated cloth, but righteousness and love. No need to grasp this gift, for it is freely given.